All right, I'm going to try to be as succinct as possible. And I'm going to tell you something about raising your frequency. Lots of people know about this. A lot of people know about this. And some good guys know about this. They even meditate. Hell, they like to do good things and good stuff. But they don't know something. Raising your frequency means raising everything, not just one aspect of your life. It doesn't cut it to just be a good guy. Good guys have to be very good guys. You've heard about this. We're in 3D and we're going to be in 5D. Who's we? That remains to be seen. But what I'm going to tell you is that going to 5D is not a walk in the park. And it's not hard to. It's just that you're good if your nature is good, if you chose well. But, choosing the good side is not what it seems to be. Let me give you an example. You go to church, you love Jesus, you pay tithe, you give to poor people. But there's something you don't do. You're not that kind of man or woman to call it as it is. I've met people who are like this. They read a whole library of books about spirituality, about how people are after they die and having all kinds of fantastic experiences. You know why? Because the source, the creator, loves us all of us. But there's 3D and there's 5D. Who goes to 5D? Those who are ready for 5D. That is heaven. If you raise your frequency to be able to be chosen for 5D, then you're good. You're good to go. And you're there. Is it hard? No. All you have to be is just be yourself. How am I? I'm a good guy. Are you? I've met good guys, I mean real good guys, who, again, I'm going to repeat myself, but I got to do it. These good guys are cowards, real cowards. When you talk to them about, what's happening in the world right now, they just change the subject. They say, we don't like to talk about these things. And the reason they don't want to talk about these things is they're cowards. And cowardice doesn't cut it, as I already said it. It doesn't work that way. And you know what's the bad thing? The bad thing is that you're going to stay here. I mean, I got something from Christianity that I don't think I'm that good. I think I have so much to work on. But I've been doing everything I can. If I'm not going to cut it, well, I'm going to stay here. But listen, there are people who think they're going to go in 5D and be surrounded by lots of people. That's heaven. Being surrounded by lots of good people. People you can trust. People who do what they say and say what they do. And not in the wrong way. In the best possible way. And these people who talk about spirituality, but don't exactly talk with people about these things that they see everywhere around them, they're not going to cut it. They're going to be here. You know with who? With the bad people. So, you have to be good enough to be there. But if you're not there, you're going to stay here in 3D. Remember the verses in the Bible who say, John, who was on Patmos, the island. And he saw lots of things. And one of the things he saw was the new earth. I saw a new earth and a new heaven, because the former earth and former heaven were no more. I'm not sure I'm giving you the right quote, but I am as close as possible. And also, there's another thing that's in the Bible. One will be taken away, and one will be left here, left behind, if you know what I mean. Those who don't cut it will be left behind in 3D. They will reincarnate until they make it. Everyone will make it to 5D. I mean, it's not exactly everybody, if you know what I mean. I mean, if you choose to be a bad guy, I'm not sure you'll always have the chance to just go forward. I'm not sure about that. I heard something, somebody said that the matrix of those, I mean, what some people are, will be dissipated if they keep identify, identifying themselves with evil until they become evil. I mean, I don't know about that, but I wouldn't bet that you can do wrong things forever and ever and ever and get away with it. There must be a stop to it. But for all other people, all the other people who want to better themselves, there's this chance. And now think about it. You got the chance to be in 5D. And maybe I'm touching some of you guys. And really think about what you've been doing or not doing in the past 3 years, because it's been thousands of years of truth being out in the open, but only for the select few. Who selected them? Themselves. Multi sunt vocati pauci vera electi. In Latin means more are those who are called upon, but few are those who are elected. So, the truth is out in the open, but now, more than any time, for 3 years, these guys will rule the world to the precipice, to the edge of the precipice. They just want us, their slaves. And you say nothing, because you know nothing, right? You know a lot. You should know a lot. And you should talk. You should tell your friends. You should tell yourself. What is all this around us that's going on? I mean, you're calling your friends that they are conspirationists, conspirators, and everything they say comes true, but you forget. You're a very forgetful guy. You forget that they said everything is a hoax and they make a lot of money with so-called inoculations. I'm not going to say the word. I know they have artificial intelligence to just blot this video. But what is this video? I told my piece. And I have my peace, my inner peace. Please get elected. Do the right thing. Just be the best you can be. You've heard this about making money, about being, how do they say it, auspicious and having a lot of things, and not only money, you see, because we're spiritual. It's abundance, that's the word. Let's be abundant. They talk about abundance in a world that's going to hell. And they're going to stay here. You are going to stay here while other people's will disappear from you. They were right. You know, I've been in a Protestant church, And I was thinking about the other Protestant churches that they just mess it all up when they say one will be left and one will be taken. But now I see that they were right. Not the way they think, but very close to what they think. What is the coming of Christ, of the Christ? Christ in Greek means the anointed one. How is it? He comes here, and what happens? Oh, everybody will be happy, and not really. I think we blew up a lot of uh, prophecies, and many of them are not what we think they are. Some are, but as David Icke says, know the outcome and you see the journey. You don't have to be a prophet to see what's going on. If you know what they're about to do in this world, and when I say they, I mean the people at the top of the pyramid, when you see what they're about to do, you see their journey. You see how it goes. See, how did you know that? How did you know that they want to make 15-minute cities? How did you know that they want uh, to get rid of all cash? How did you know that? Is anyone saying that? Nobody's saying that. You know why? Because they're very comfortable with conspiracy theory. We don't need that. You're a conspiracy theorist. If they say one thing about you that you got right, then they're wrong. They can't be wrong. In their own mind, they can't be wrong. They just keep throwing at you that you are a conspiracy theorist. They like that. They want that. They don't need anything else. They're happy with their life here. A life with a little money, with friends, lots of connections up there. And they don't want to lose that. But you know, there's this verse, I'm sure I'm going to get it right in English, but there's this verse who says, who wants to save his life will lose it. And who would lose his life will actually gain it, will win his life over. Think about it. It's about this time and any time. Anytime you want to save your life from uh, from something while you are treading on your principles or on good principles, you're wasting your life and losing your life. If you reincarnate once, twice, 3 times, 20 times, 100 times, 300 times, then you should know better. You should feel that every time you treaded upon principles, you despised principles in order to save your life, to save your riches, to save your good name. You don't have a good name if you don't have principles. You don't have a good soul if you don't have principles. And those who who did not renounce their principles, they're better off because they understand better. You will know the truth, and that will make you free. It's a quote from Jesus. You will know the truth. What does that mean? Nobody knows the truth. L- Lying is an institution on this earth. This is a planet where the truth is Cinderella. You understand what I'm saying? You, if if you're trying to save your life now more than any time, you're gonna stay here in 3D. You're a spiritual guy, right, or a gal. Then do the right thing. Call it as it is, not as you want it to be. Tell the truth. When you see the truth, just say it. You see chemtrails on the sky? You're not sure about that? Go out and watch the sky. You don't think they're poisoning our foods? You don't think there's no real competition? There's no competition in the world. Nobody competes with anybody. We're trying to compete, but the corporations own everything. Coke and Pepsi, they just branches of the same tree. They don't compete with each other. They're making us believe there's a real competition in the world so they can take over everything. You wake up. It's high time. Because, listen, we think we should fight and do the right thing and, we fight them down, everything. The earth will split. It'll be 5D earth, very ethereal with people who raise their personal vibration frequency. And there'll be this earth, the old earth, who will still be on 3D with the bad guys and the good guys. You're a good guy, but the real good guys will be in 5D. You'll be left here with the real bad guys. You know why? You can't be a real good guy if you're a coward. And you know that. You don't call it as it is. You're still hanging on your job and your uh, nice cars, your nice home and your great family. You're going to church every Sunday or every Saturday or every Friday, whatever the case may be. You talk about good things. You don't swear. You don't curse, but you're a coward. Because if you say the right thing, if you say what's going on around you, you will be left with very few friends and opportunities. Your opportunities to climb the social ladder will dwindle if you say the truth. I mean, look at Jesus. Look at everyone who said the truth. They're devoid of everything, almost everything. They lost their jobs, they lost their money, their connections, their friends, their opportunities, but still they're going on. You know why? Because everything happens for a reason. For the good of those who love the source, who love God. Romans 8:28, read it. It's exactly what I said now. Because this earth, this universe, the whole cosmos is not random. They want you to believe it's random in their schools, but it's not random. This, everything happens here for a reason. And the source, God, has a plan for you. If you don't go according to his plan, 3D is your place. You go according to his plan. Because you're a good guy and you're a real good guy. You don't care about anything else but the truth and righteousness. Then you're going to be living in a world surrounded by 5D people, high frequency people, and great souls to be with. People who don't stab you in the back. People who love people. People who love animals, who love plants, who love the world, who love the cosmos, who love the source. Well, I'm not sure about that. Let me tell you straight. I don't know how the source is. I've never met the source. I've never met God. I don't know how God is. So I'm going to say it. I don't think I love God because I don't know. I don't know him or her or it. But I trust there's a being who's infinite in love, kindness, justice, and has a plan for me, a good plan, a plan that will make me happy. And so he, she, or it, I think, has a plan for you, for everything and everyone. You go according to that plan, you're indestructible until you fulfill that plan. And you're going up. in your frequency. If you don't, you dwindle your chances to be happy. In order to be happy, you have to be unhappy first. You're here on this 3D plane, on this earth, because you have to choose between good and evil. This is why you're here. When you choose good, you choose principles. You choose to be a person who's worthy of the company of angels. You have to know this in order to be on 5D plane. Plane. Plane of existence. You want to take that plane, that flight to 5D? You better tell the truth as it is. Or not. If not, you're going to be here in 3D. It's plain as simple as that.